You know, there is this notion of among certain groups that that people don't seem to ask this question. I mean, if you want to know if something offends a woman, just ask the woman. Duh. But you don't see these groups of people in these big gaming studios, in these big gaming studios like Activision and other companies, Activision, Ubisoft, Microshaft, you name it. You don't see these people ask women whether something offends them. You know, like it's always white males. It's always white males talking on the behalf of women. And it's very funny to me. Now here's something from a book called The Kabbalion. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. You know what that means? If you want to talk about wisdom, that's wisdom. You want to solve an issue, you want to know if a thing is an actual issue, talk to a woman. If it offends them, ask them if this offends you. That's the problem. Instead of actually just listening to white men. And yeah, sure, some of them might be right depending upon what it is, but still ask a woman. Include women in that, because you are talking about women. It is very insulting. It's like a bunch of white liberals with a messiah complex speaking on the behalf of a black man. Like, if you have an issue, just talk to a black man. If you want to know black issues, talk to black people. White issues, talk to white people. I'll tell you one white issue that I've been really thinking about, that is impressed upon. Two white issues. They're not just white issue, but also a man issue. Doing something, for me, you impressed upon, you must not be, you must not say anything racist, lest he be sent down to El Diablo. You know what I mean by El Diablo? Dante's Inferno. That should give you a clue what I'm talking about. Dante's Inferno. And how some people will just persecute you. You say one wrong remark and your pretty face going to El Diablo. That's how some of these people act. And I'm like, no. That's not nice. That's pretty crummy, to be honest. And yeah, to be honest, and I just have a problem with that. And the other issue, and this is the man issue. You gotta check the time. And the man issue is, basically, you have to worry. You can't say anything. You can't say anything that would be deemed offensive. It's like separation. I am the kind of guy that has to basically walk on extra eggshells. In the past, I have said some things. I think I'm the person that's meant I think that's what I'm supposed to be, is the person who was so judgmental in the past that of himself, so judgmental of himself that he's come to realize that he can't be. I think I'm meant to be starting to just not care about this stuff, because the whole world cares about this stuff. I think if man got himself away from race issues, got himself away from issues of sex, like Morgan Freeman said in that one clip that I posted, I think the whole world would have. I think these problems would just go away. Would be as much of an issue. But then at the same time, if we fail to address certain things that go on, and we don't speak on certain things, and I don't think it's the fact we talk about these things. I think that aids in a lot of it, and I think most of it has to do with how we approach it. And that's the problem with society. Society has the wrong idea of how to approach certain issues. And I'm like, nah, I just don't want anything to do with it. I want to not talk about it, lest I make a fool of myself. Because the more you talk about something, the more, there's got to be very careful about the things that I expose myself to and the things that I constantly talk about, because it also affects my job. It also affects the work that I do. So I got to be very careful with this.